HowExpert! Top 10 tie-dyeing tips. HowExpert publishes quick how-to guides on all topics from A to Z by everyday experts. Visit HowExpert.com to learn more. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more HowExpert Top 10 videos in the future. Moving on, let's talk about the HowExpert Top 10 tie-dyeing tips. Number 10. Choose your dyes. This part is important because some dyes are made to work on certain fabrics. Look at the shirts or fabric you're dyeing to see the exact fabric so you can buy the right dye to go along with the material. Once you find the right dye, pay attention to the instructions. Buying soda ash and soaking the shirts or material first helps get brighter colors. Make sure to mix the ash in well with the water and soak for about 20 minutes. Not all dyes will require soaking for bright colors, so make sure the dye you get isn't bright on its own. It will save you money and time. Number 9. Prep your materials. Now is the time to see if you need to pre-wash or pre-soak. Prep your materials as needed so you can get the brightest colors. Prepare the soda ash in a gallon of water and stir. Make sure to use gloves. Soda ash smells horrible when you get it on your hands. Once it's dissolved, cover the fabric with the water. Make sure the water fully covers the cloth. If you don't need to pre-soak, get ready to go on to the next step. Number 8. Choose what design you want and prep your space. Lay out a tablecloth or another covering, not newspaper, that will protect your table, but you don't mind getting stained. Lay the shirt out to get it ready and fill your dye bottles with water, if that's the type of dye you choose, and shake well. Figure out how you want to dye. Do you want to dye freehand or by pattern? Once you figure that out, follow the directions to get the pattern unless you want a freehand. Number 7. If you want to freehand the design, lay the shirt flat and either set the stencil on the shirt or draw the outline with the dye. Remember, when you draw with the bottle, the dye will spread out, so make sure when it leaks, it will look like what you're still trying to draw. Stars, hearts, cat heads, eyeballs, and other basic designs are best to do freehand. Number 6. If you're wanting to do a particular pattern, start gathering the shirt up and tie the rubber bands around. There are tons of patterns you can follow, but those will look like all the other shirts. If you're really wanting an original design, just start bunching up the shirt and make your own pattern. Bullseye is common, but there are also different variations you can do. Another common and attractive design is the spiral. Lay the shirt flat and spin it around so it's in a circle. Put rubber bands, splitting it in half and quarters. Take 2 colors and alternate each color. When you unband it after the color sets, it'll be a spiral of colors. Another easy beginner style is striped. Just take the shirt and roll it up, band it together several times, and alternate colors. Once you unband it, it will be perfect stripes. Number 5. Let the dye soak into the fabric for 24 hours, then put in vinegar after you rinse out the excess dye. Letting the newly tie-dyed items soak in cold water and vinegar helps soak the color in further and leads to the dye setting in the fabric better. Soak for 30 minutes before washing and drying your items in hot water and on higher heat settings. When you wash and dry on higher heat, it will fade the dye, so it will be faded as much as it will fade. When it comes out, you can get a good idea of how bright the dye was. Number 4. There are also reverse tie-dye kits out there. The reverse work on colored shirts and fabric and turn colors darker. It's almost like a photo negative effect. The ombre look is also always a winner. You can take the same color and separate the fabric in 3 parts. Color the bottom with a lot of dye, put a little less in the middle, and then the smallest amount on top. You'll have a pattern that gradually gets lighter as you get higher up. Number 3. Fireworks and splatters are simple to create, but add a beautiful touch. Simply pull up a small section of the shirt and top it off with a rubber band. Keep doing it all around the shirt and dye the tip different colors, and you'll have a splatter or fireworks effect. That effect works well alone, but you can also use it when making graphic shirts. It works for the 4th of July in the United States, or any other holiday, and works for any type of design. If you're looking to add a pop of color to the rest of a tie-dyed shirt, use the simple splatter or polka dot design. Number 2. To keep the front and back even, make sure you lay the shirt flat and tie up both sides of the shirt. This may seem obvious, but if you want to make sure the front and back of the shirt or other clothing article is the same, you have to make sure to pull the full part of the shirt you're dyeing. Make sure both parts, front and back, are evenly through the rubber band, and make sure the dye soaks all the way through. You may end up using more dye than you want to use, but it will make the colors stronger and make both front and back evenly colored. Number 1. As you get used to dyeing, you'll find different, new ways to do it. Just go to any website, Etsy, eBay, etc., and type in tie-dye. You will find so many different designs and patterns. You'll find darker colors, ombre, black and white with different designs, from stripes and swirls, shapes, and everything else. When you know what you're doing, there's no limit to what you can create. You will find you want to dye everything you can get your hands on. If you liked our video, be sure to click like and subscribe for more HowExpert Top 10 videos for all topics from A to Z in the future. Also, let us know what other topics you want us to do a HowExpert Top 10 video in the future in the comments below. Thank you, have an amazing day, and take care. HowExpert publishes quick how-to guides on all topics from A to Z by everyday experts. Visit HowExpert.com to learn more.